Classical 96.3 FM. I'm Kathleen Kajioka. Well, whatever you're having for lunch today, you may as well put it down right now because we are in for a delicious hour. Fresh off her run at the COC, singing in the celebrated production of Donizetti's Roberto Devereux, Allyson McHardy is basking in well-deserved acclaim. The mezzo-soprano has been praised for the golden creaminess of her tone, for a voice that's both dark and agile, and for a dramatic depth that has compelled audiences from beginning to end. And from beginning to end of this hour, we are getting an exclusive taste of the full range of this wonderful artist. Allyson is going to sing us some Lieder by Brahms and Schumann, also opera by Handel and Rossini, and she's starting with what is perhaps the greatest of mezzo roles, Bizet's Carmen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Allyson McHardy.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start with the habanera. The soldiers and men are gathered outside the cigarette factory where Carmen works. She comes out and they say, "Carmen, when will you love us?" "When will I love you? I don't know. Maybe never, maybe tomorrow, but certainly not today." Quand je vous aimerai, ma foi, je ne sais pas, peut-être jamais, peut-être demain, mais pas aujourd'hui, c'est certain. S'il lui convient de refuser, rien n'est fait, menace aux prières, ne parle bien, l'autre c'est l'autre que je préfère. Il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. Jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. L'oiseau que tu croyais surprendre battit le lait et s'envola. L'amour, tu peux l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite, tu crois aller vite, il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. My next number is the Seguidilla from Carmen. Carmen has been arrested, and Don José has said to her, "You are forbidden to speak anymore." Well, nobody said I couldn't sing. Près des remparts du Séville, chez mon ami la Spastia, j'irai danser la ségue du bar du Monseigneur. J'irai chez mon ami la Spastia. Oui, mais tout au seul en son vie, et le vrai plaisir sont à deux. Donc pour me tenir compagnie, j'emmènerai mon amoureux. Mon amoureux, il est au diable. Je l'ai mis à la portière. Mon pauvre cœur très consolable, mon cœur est libre comme l'air. J'ai des gants à la douzaine, mais ils ne sont pas à mon gré. Voici la fin de la semaine. Qui veut m'aimer, je l'aimerai. Qui veut mon âme apprendre, vous arrivez au bon moment. Je n'ai guère le temps d'attendre, car avec mon nouvel amour, près des remparts de Séville, chez mon ami la Spastia, nous danserons la ségue du barreau du Monseigneur. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Allyson McHardy, wonderful mezzo-soprano, singing two arias from the famous opera Carmen by Georges Bizet. We are going to hear a lot more from Allyson and have a chat or two when we come back. I'm Kathleen Kajioka. This is the Radio Concert Hall at the New Classical 96.3 FM.
Okay. You obviously have a fabulous voice. At what point in time did you decide that you wanted to do opera versus other types of music?
It was when I was in university. I was at Wilfrid Laurier, and my intention was to study to be a teacher, a school teacher, a music teacher. And when I got there, I kind of thought, hey, I fit in pretty well here. I'm okay. And I thought, oh, let's just see what happens. And then in the first year, because there were so few mezzos, I was asked to be one of the nuns in the dialogue of the Carmelites. Of course, you need lots of women for that show. And I got on stage and I thought, this is fun. Doing a job like that, getting paid to do that? So I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. And also the size of the expression is, I find, really satisfying. And also the musical challenge of opera is really, it keeps you working. You really can't rest. You have to keep getting better and better.
Allyson, did you study at a conservatory in Canada or abroad?
I went to Wilfrid Laurier University. I'm originally from Oshawa, and we have family in Guelph, so I felt that was kind of close to home. I was really kind of a homebody and a little bit afraid to go away to school, so I thought that would be a good option for me. And then when I got there, the community was just so wonderful, and my teacher was fantastic, and I made a lot of friends, and I felt very comfortable there. So that was a good spot for me to start.
Allyson, were you a part of the COC ensemble?
Yes, I was a member of the ensemble, yeah. I spent 2 very challenging years there. It's a tough program. You really gotta work hard, study hard, stay healthy. It was really sort of a launch for my career, though. As my agent has said, it's sort of the good housekeeping seal for opera singers in Canada.
2 minutes to air, 2 minutes. We have time for one more.
So what are your future plans for next year? Where we can see or hear you next year?
This coming fall, you can see me with Opera Atelier. I'll be singing Ruggero and Alcina by Handel. And if you'd like to fly to Switzerland next year, you can see me sing Orsini and Lucrezia Borgia, a part in Aix-en-Provence. If you want to go to China in a couple of weeks, I'll be there doing Carmen. So lots of opportunities. Thanks. Well, we're waiting to hear from them. Thank you. Should I give this back to you?
Yeah.
So you're just in your spot. Could I actually ask?
Okay, if we will repeat some of that. Welcome back to the Radio Concert Hall at the New Classical 96.3 FM. I'm Kathleen Kajioka, and we are here with mezzo-soprano Allyson McHardy, who just sang some Carmen for us. Now, I want to hear about your beginnings as a singer, because you're from Oshawa.
That's right.
And you didn't do what most singers do who end up in opera in Canada. They usually go to the opera school at U of T, but you went to Laurier, is that right?
Yeah, my original plan, I thought I would be a school teacher, a music teacher. And Wilfrid Laurier seemed like a good place because we had family close by in Guelph, and I was afraid to leave home. So I thought, let's try it out there, and that was the place where I started. And for me, it was a really good sort of off the beaten path kind of place to figure out that I actually wanted to do this, because it really wasn't my intention in the first place.
Why wasn't it?
I don't know. I always loved getting up singing in front of people. I'd done choirs when I was a kid, ever since I was 9 years old, but I was always everybody's alto. So, I was second banana, which was fine. I enjoyed singing the alto part. It was a lot of fun, but I never really saw myself as really excelling as an opera singer.
Right.
I knew I would always keep singing. But when I got there, I thought, I didn't know if I would sort of fit in with the performance majors. I didn't know if I would measure up. And when I got there, I thought, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm getting better. So I continued on and got a part in the operas there and really felt at home. It just such joy when I was singing, and it didn't feel like a job, which it's really
That's
ideal.
That is ideal. That is. And at Laurier, they have Maureen Forrester Hall, don't they? So
Yes,
named
they
after the
do.
late great Canadian contralto. So was that an inspiration in some way?
I actually didn't know that at the time, which is a bit embarrassing.
Really?
But
Okay.
when she used to come to our graduation ceremonies, and I missed getting my diploma from her. If I had just been one more person over, she would have handed it to me. But
Oh my
she
goodness.
was there. I said hi.
Well, that's something. That's
Yes.
something. She's of course sadly no longer with us.
Yeah.
So your comment about being the alto is interesting to me. As a viola player, I understand
Yes.
that underdog role. So now you sang Carmen when Carmen is the lead, in the
Yeah.
mezzo role, but that's not usual, is it? I mean,
No, there's not a ton of title mezzo roles. There's this one. There's l'Italiana in Algeri, which I sing a lot. There's not a lot, so you're often number two, but that's okay. I'm happy.
yeah. What are the characters and roles usually for the mezzo? I mean, the tenor is always the hero, and the
Well,
soprano.
it
the
depends
heroine.
on what kind of repertoire you're looking at. Of
Okay.
course, there's Carmen, but there's all the Rossinis, right? Rossini loved mezzo, so we have Cenerentola, Italiana, Rosina. Of course, we get into the bigger stuff. We have Abeli and all those fantastic Verdi roles, but. And there's tons of Handel roles for mezzos. It always seems in the Handel operas, there's two mezzos. There's sort of the medium register and then the low mezzo. So there's lots of really wonderfully satisfying music in Handel.
We are going to hear some Handel later
Indeed.
on. First, though, I want to talk a little bit about the languages in opera, because being a singer, language is a huge aspect, right? So I'm wondering actually about the atmosphere of singing in different languages. Of course, there's always the world of the composer to get into that creates a kind of atmosphere or background. But what does it feel like singing in the different languages, French versus Italian versus German, etc.?
The language and the music match. So you find a lot of your information in the music. Of course, the languages have a different feel, but I mean, when you're singing, you always want to have really great, crisp, forward diction. So it's singing diction, it's not speaking diction. So it does, in a way, feel a little bit, they all need to have a certain level of crispness and forward singing and precision. So, but I mean, it's hard to answer that question because I've been doing it for so long.
Okay.
I think maybe when I had started school, Italian was just like, where am I? How does this fit into me? And how does this work inside my own, instrument? But now it's just, they each have their groove, and then you just sort of shift and you get in the groove, and then you ride.
Well, we're going to hear some music in German now.
Yes.
An amazing song where the two underdog voices, viola and mezzo, come together. This is Johannes Brahms' Spiritual Lullaby. And I must mention that Allison's being joined by the wonderful viola player, Keith Ham, principal of the COC Orchestra, and at the piano is Stephen Philcox.
Mary is asking the angels that hover over the palms, please still the winds, my child is sleeping. She speaks of how he endures pain and how tired he's become of earthly sorrow. Still the winds, please, my child is sleeping. One of the most beautiful pieces of music ever.
Dir
This next piece is a spiritual called Sweet Little Jesus Boy. I'm going to give Stephen a break, and I'm going to do this a cappella. Sweet little Jesus boy, they made you be born in a manger. Sweet little holy child, didn't know who you were, didn't know you'd come to save us, Lord, to take our sins away. Our eyes were blind, we couldn't see. We didn't know who you were. Long time ago, you were born in a manger low. Sweet little Jesus boy, the world treats you mean, Lord, treats me mean too. But that's how things are down here. We don't know who you are. You have told us how we are trying. Master, you have shown us how, even when you were dying. Just seems like we can't do right. Look how we treated you, but please, sir, forgive us, Lord. We didn't know it was you. Sweet little Jesus boy, born long time ago, sweet little holy child, and we didn't know who you were.
Allyson McHardy, wonderful mezzo-soprano. Sweet Little Jesus Boy, a traditional spiritual. And before that, one of my all-time favorite songs, such a treat, the Geistliches Wiegenlied, or Spiritual Lullaby, by Johannes Brahms for alto voice, viola, and piano. She was joined by violist Keith Ham and Stephen Philcox at the piano. I remember when I first heard those songs. I'll never forget. I was at school at Eastman, and somebody in our studio class was playing it, and I just remember thinking, "What is this music? I have to play this. It's unbelievable." Finally, I did eventually. But he really had an affinity, I think, for that register.
Yeah,
Brahms.
for the lower voice, definitely. People say chocolate and wine when they hear Brahms.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Entirely.
real gift to us, I would say. We are going to come back with Allyson McHardy in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
And we're clear. 5 minutes to air. 5 minutes.
Questions? Anyone?
5 minutes is a long time.
Help me. Oh, yeah. Hey, tell me about Giulietta Simeonato. Isn't she a hero of yours?
Is she what?
Is she a singer?
Giulietta Simeonato.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's my golden age idol, Giulietta Simeonato.
Yeah.
Because she sang all the big Verdi and all the big Donizetti and all the huge stuff. And I think she was actually shorter than me.
Really?
Which, and she was a small little lady. There's a recording of her and Caruso singing a scene from Trovatore. She sounds like a man. It's amazing.
Wow.
I mean the part. She's a sorceress, but she's just incredible. She had a very long career, and her final performance, her farewell performance, was Servilia in La Clemenza di Tito. So she sings all these mega huge Verdi roles, and then this little weenie soprano role is what she decides to see ya. That was her swan
Did
song.
you hear? Is there a recording?
No,
It was
but-
only live performance.
But to me, I love that because it's like, well, this is what we've got. It's either you do this or you don't. This is such the life of a singer.
Right.
Make it happen, make it work. This is the opportunity when it comes. Take it, do it. I love that. And that she would have the technique to span that great, vast repertoire.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, you have quite a range.
Yeah. As a mezzo, you kind of have to do everything. The low stuff. In the oratorio repertoire, it's just generally lower stuff. It's the alto. And then in opera, the Rossinis and stuff like that, they get up there, and you need to have flexibility. You need to be able to sing a good long line that's nice and full, and you got to have everything lined up, and that's one of the challenges of the career, is like spanning 200 years in 1 minute. You've got that much time to sort of switch your gears and change composers, change countries, change time. That to me is one of the bigger challenges. switching. Okay.
Speaking of challenges, what has been the most challenging part for you to sing?
Most challenging part to sing?
For you.
For me, I would have to say Sister Helen and Jake Hagee's Dead Men Walking. So far, you're on stage all night. The tessitura can be a bit punishing, and the subject matter is devastating sometimes. It's capital punishment you're dealing with, and I met the real Sister Helen, so it was just more than a role. It was a life-changing experience.
How was the experience singing with Sondra Randonovsky and Roberto De Vero?
I adore her. She's like my best friend. She's 90 seconds to air. She's just a regular person. She's hilarious. She's always making jokes. She's very serious about what she does without being too serious. And yeah, I just feel like she's a buddy. She's like somebody I would go for coffee with or get my nails done with. She's just the one of the best. Yeah. And all this success, she's just so down to earth. Adore her.
60 seconds to air, 60 seconds.
And the voice. Wow. And it's not.
She actually broke our mic.
Yeah.
I think that actually did happen. Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it. I was right next to that on stage. The first time I was. Whoa. Do it again. Do it again.
Blown away back here, literally.
She's amazing.
Yeah, it was like that old Memorex commercial.
Exactly. Force of nature.
Yeah.
Whoa. 30 seconds to air, 30 seconds.
You have another opera here in Toronto?
In the fall. Yeah, Alcina. I'll be a guy. So. I'll be
10 seconds to air, stand by. 6, 5, 4.
Welcome back to the Radio Concert Hall. I'm Kathleen Kajioka, and I'm here with Allyson McHardy, who's been serenading us. It's been so, as I said, delicious. I'm sure you agree. So I am curious about the singer's life, which I know can be really challenging because inherent in it is a lot of travel. And if you have a family, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, it is a challenge. I mean, there's difficulties, there's challenges in singing, but there's challenges in the life. And the hardest thing is to leave my family. Definitely the hardest thing. But lots of times they come with me. I have an incredible husband. I call him Super Spouse. And he's my rock. He's my sounding board. He's my emotional coach. He's my director. He's my best friend. So that makes it a lot easier. But it takes a lot of planning, a lot of organizing, a lot of letting go of certain things. You're going to miss certain things. That's just the way it is. But we also get to do a lot of really fun things, like hang out in the best playgrounds in Paris. And
Right, because you sang at Versailles, didn't you?
yeah, I sang at Versailles and at the Opera Comique and at the Paris Opera. So
What was that like?
dream of a lifetime, basically. It was the Comique especially, because it was like the first day when I stepped on that step to go in the door, I thought, I'm stepping where the first Carmen stepped her foot to sing it for the very first time. I'm standing on the stage singing in the house where that piece was debuted, like, whoa. And singing in that theater, it's so small in a way, and the people are so close. The opera itself started to make more sense to me, how it could be so well received, because the audience is not so far away in our modern concert halls, especially in North America. People are at least 20, 25 feet away from you, but from there you're surrounded. So
yeah, those old opera houses are quite different. And
it's wonderful, and also the audience of the Comique, right? That's a tradition, that audience, and going out there for your bow, going, oh, I hope they liked it. One of those moments. It was great, really
Wow,
great.
That's amazing. Now you sing a huge amount of repertoire. Surely it's quite different singing, Donizetti that you just sang to, Handel.
Yeah.
What are the challenges or the changes that you have to make for that kind of switch?
Yeah, that takes some doing. You need to get your mind in the right place. I mean, I like to rehearse, I like to practice, I like to be sure. So I have a lot of sort of ingrained things already in my head about certain pieces that are in my repertoire. So a lot of times, I don't have the voice to sing them all the time to get them back in the voice, so I do a lot of imagining work or sitting there just pretending I'm singing them, because then I can start to remember how they feel, that kind of stuff. So it does take some doing to find each style. And there are nights when they don't lock in, other times, but you know, you gotta go with it. You gotta trust the music.
Now, you sing a lot with early music ensembles from what I've seen, and that's a particular world. I mean, it's one that I inhabit quite a lot, so I know, I mean, the difference between the very modern approach and the sort of historically informed approach. How do you find that? Is that at all intimidating, or do you sometimes feel, because sometimes, I guess in the early music world, there can be a real criticism if you don't know the right way to trill or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you really comfortable there, or is it something that's just a fun adventure, or is it challenging?
What I've learned is, I've done a lot of it now, so I feel comfortable. In the beginning, I was like, ooh, I hope they like my ornaments, or that kind of stuff. I feel, without sounding too weird about it, I feel a real affinity to that music. When I hear a Handel overture start, I feel my heart just expands. So I trust that. I also have found that every conductor thinks differently about ornaments, so
That's
you
true.
can't make everybody happy, so you just go in with what you've got and be flexible and figure it out. But I think the material, I feel, really speaks to me in a way, and I feel comfortable, so I like to rest on that, and so far that's working. So
Now, often actually in Handel, you would be singing in drag, really, right?
Yeah.
Singing male roles.
yeah, that is what it is.
How's that?
It's good. I mean, it's fun. It's another acting challenge, right? Like, I don't change how I sing. I just sing. Sometimes I think about how I move, how I walk. But, you know, in those situations, like I'm the guy and my friend is the girl, love is love. Love looks the same in the eyes of the other. So it's not, the emotions are true. It's about the emotions and the connection, right? And it's a convention. The audience has to get over it at some point and just listen and get into the drama. So, but, you know, I still keep exploring it physically. I mean, I'm looking forward to singing Ruggero in Alcina with Opera Atelier this fall, and with the Baroque gesture, and see how I can work with that, because I've only done Baroque gesture as a woman, so maybe it'll be different. I'm looking forward to exploring that.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
We are going to hear some Handel in a few minutes, but you've got some Schumann for us.
I
up
have
next.
some Schumann.
Okay, so live from the concert, it's the Radio Concert Hall. I'm Kathleen Kajioka. We're on the New Classical 96.3 FM. Once again, here is Allyson McHardy.
I should mention just quickly a Maureen Forrester connection with this material. When I was 16, my parents gave me a Maureen Forrester album with the Liederkreis Opus 39 on it, as well as Robert Fleming's The Confession Stone. And since then, those two cycles have sat very deeply in my heart. And I love singing them, and I hope you enjoy them, because they are exquisite. There is In der Fremde, Mondnacht, and Waltes Gespräch.
Aus der Heimat hinter den Blitzen rot, da kommen die Wolken her. Aber Vater und Mutter
Her und hin, o flieh jetzt kenn ich dich, Gott steh mir bei. Du bist die Hexe Lorelei. Du kennst mich wohl, von hohem Stein schaut still mein Schloss in den Rhein. Es ist schon spät, es ist schon kalt. Kommst du nimmermehr aus diesem Wald, nimmermehr aus diesem Wald. This next song is Handel's Largo from Xerxes. The first time I sang this, I was 11 years old in the Oshawa Festival Singers. It was in English, it was a totally different thing, so we're going to go back to basics, back to the aria, and as soon as you'll hear it, you'll recognize it.
Allyson McHardy and Stephen Wilcox on the piano. That was Ombra My Foo from Handel's opera Xerxes. I'm Kathleen Kajioka. It has been such a pleasure having you here with us, Allyson. Thank you so much for this incredible hour. And that's it for us here at the Radio Concert Hall. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Who wants to hear another song? Will you play us another song, please?
Sure.
All right.
Right now?
This is your whole family right here, right?
Yeah, right here in the front row. My brother, my sister-in-law, my nephew, my daughter, and my husband. Feeling very shy right now. Hi, honey.
Okay. Ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna
Should I
do. So we'll
introduce it?
do. AJ, are we gonna do the last piece and then the last two, right? Yes.
So I should say something?
You don't have to.
Okay. I'm happy not to.
You don't have
I've
to.
said enough.
Okay. 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 Ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're all counting down. 5, 4, 3.
Una voce poco fa qui nel cor mi risuonò, il mio cor ferito è già l'indorfo che il piagò, se l'indoro mio sarà, lo giurai, la vincerò. Se l'indoro mio sarà, lo giurai, la vincerò. Il tutto ricuserò, io l'ingegno aguzzerò, alla finza che terrò, contenta io resterò. Se l'indoro mio sarà, lo giurai, la vincerò. Se l'indoro mio sarà, lo giurai, la Io sono docile, sono rispettosa, sono obbediente, dolce amorosa, mi lascio reggere, mi fa guidar, Ma se mi toccano dove il mio debole, sarò da vipera, sarò, e 100 trappole prima ricevere, farò giocare, e 100 trappole cedo trappole prima di cedere e cento trappole farò giocar. Io sono docile, sono obbediente, mi lascio reggere, mi fa ma se mi toccano dove il mio debole, sarò da vivere, sarò, e cento trapole prima di cedere, farò giocar, e cento trappole prima di cedere, farò giocar, e cedo trappole prima di cedere, e cento trappole farò giocar, e cento trappole farò giocar, e cento trappole farò giocar.
Isn't that awesome? Do you want to hear one more? I can hear one more. Can you give us one more song?
I'm gonna need a drink
please?
before this one.
What's in there?
Water.
Aww.
How many? Can I have like a minute?
Yeah, you
like
can have
a
a
real
minute.
minute.
You
Like
can-
one with 60 seconds in it? Okay.
60 seconds back to Allyson. 60 seconds. Okay, now I really need a joke, guys.
Evelyn, do you know any, honey?
Don't do that.
I'm going to tell one because she just lost her first tooth, or her front tooth. When is it time to go to the dentist? 2:30.
I just heard that joke last week, too.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. Ready to go? Go?
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do this in 5, 4, 3.
So